Thank you so much for bearing with us and listening to our stories. We have one more thing to do, and I know there's an envelope in the middle of your table. You know it, I know it, and it's about the forum. We do a scholarship challenge every year at the Udall dinner for the forum so that we can bring people all over the country to come to talk to their congresspeople, to be trained, to talk about Parkinson's so that the policies that are going on in the federal government are about you. We do have a wonderful, wonderful opportunity tonight. We have a match from Robin Katsaros, who is in California, a wonderful advocate in California. She is doing a match this evening for $5,000 for the scholarship challenge. Your envelopes are in the middle of the table. And she's going to say a few words. I hope that you can give tonight after all of these inspirational speeches and our stories. And I'd like to thank Robin for coming up. Give her a big hand.
Thank you. I am so honored to be here. This is my first time at the Gala. Everyone in PD has a story, and mine began in July of 2008 when my husband was diagnosed with Parkinson's. He's not here tonight, but I just want to give a shout out to John. He's the reason why I do what I do. Love you, babes. After the shock and the denial and the tears of being diagnosed, I decided to get to work and educate myself. And 2 weeks after the diagnosis, my husband and I were in Atlanta, and we were at a conference where I had the pleasure and the luck of going to a breakout session where Haley Carpenter was the speaker. Haley down there, who at the time was the director of outreach and is now the deputy CEO, newly deputy CEO. Way to go, Haley. I was very impressed with the mission and the razor-sharp vision of PAN, and I immediately wanted to get involved. And I don't have to tell you what PAN does. They are the unified voice of many Parkinson's disease organizations. And I was so impressed that I decided to attend the next PAN forum, which was in 2009. And that decision changed my life. It changed my life in terms of what I could do to help in terms of advocacy for this disease. The forum itself is 3 full days, 2 days of training, and then a day where about 300 of us descend upon Capitol Hill, shaking and moving and getting in front of our legislators. And it is, I know many of you haven't been there, you haven't seen this, but it's awesome to behold. We all have our PAN buttons. It takes almost an entire year to plan the event, and that's where the PAN staff come in. It is amazing what we accomplish on one day at Capitol Hill. I am so proud to be part of this organization. You've all heard the term, it takes a village, and it really does. There are thousands of PAN advocates across the country. I'm just but one of many. And we go on to Capitol Hill, and really it's all about the stories we tell, the personal stories we tell of how we're impacted. And you know, here's the thing. I like to think that I'm special, but you know, really, I'm not. Gretchen and Michael, they're special, but all of us as advocates, we do something, but collectively together as a group, we are special. We make magic together when we come on Capitol Hill. It is the one day a year where we get together, we train, we bond, we drink, we laugh, we advocate, we go before our legislatures, and we never let them forget the reason why we do what we do. It's important. It's really important work. And what happened is I went to the forum and I came back with a really renewed sense of purpose. And we all as advocates, we do many wonderful things. We stay in front of our legislators, we run support groups, we hold each other's hand, we cry together. We do a lot of things, and it's really important. And I would truly say that going to the forum was truly a game changer for me personally. But there's another part. Tonight, I'm also a donor, and I know how important it is that when you write a check, you know that what you're giving goes to the organization and goes to the programs that they're funding. I just love a show of hands. How many people have been to the PAN offices here in Washington? Okay, not a lot of you. Well, let me tell you, it's in a nice neighborhood. They're nice, but they're not fancy. They don't have a lot of artwork on their walls. They don't have a lot of plants. I don't even think they pay their people really big salaries. They don't have a lot of marketing brochures. All the money goes to their programs. And you know, as a donor, I really appreciate that. And all the things that we've been hearing about these organizations that spend a lot of money on marketing and other things, PAN isn't like that. This is a beautiful fundraiser, but it's not fancy as fundraisers go. It's beautiful, don't get me wrong, but their money is in the programs, and I really appreciate that. And that is why I am really proud to say I am going to match up to $5,000 anybody that sponsors an advocate. It's $1,000 to send an advocate to the forum. It makes a huge difference, and what we do is important. So I'm asking you to reach deep into your pockets. If $1,000 is a stretch, maybe talk to somebody next to you at the table, and maybe you split each $500 and you come up with $1,000 between the two of you. Or maybe you work for a company that has a matching grant program. Or maybe you have a child at a school that is looking for a cause to support. And you could, as a school, fund an advocate, and that advocate could come back to the school and tell them and report back to the kids what they've done, and we would all start a little, plant some seeds of getting some young advocates started into our cause. Wouldn't that be wonderful? So I ask you to dig deep, think about it hard, give generously, and know that this work is important work. Thank you from the bottom of my heart. I am so proud to be a part of this organization. Thank you.
Thank you all very much. It's been a very inspiring evening. I hope that there are envelopes in the middle of your table. I hope you'll fill out and pledge for the Forum scholarships. We've got a $5,000 match on the table. We're going to update you on how things go tomorrow. We're going to send you all emails. I know all your emails. They're right here. So please, I hope you had a great evening. We thank you for coming. Please give generously if you can. Any amount is appreciated. We are going to show the debates out in the back, so have a great evening, and thank you for coming.